A woman is never going to walk up to you and say, "I've decided I want you, so do something about it before I change my mind." That's simply not how women communicate. But here's what actually happens, and it's the part most men completely miss. Women express intention through physical cues that completely bypass words. I'm talking about a non-verbal language that's been used for generations to deliver one clear message: I'm open. Act on it. And if you overlook these signals, she won't repeat herself. She'll just redirect that energy towards someone who's paying attention. This isn't a game or manipulation. It's a fundamental human behavior that existed long before spoken language. The men who understand this language, who can read it and respond the right way, never sit there wondering if a woman is interested. They know. They recognize it in real time and respond with confidence and clarity. Here's something that might frustrate you. Research published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that women send an average of 5 attraction signals before a man even notices the first one. 5. That means by the time you begin to suspect she might be interested, she's already been signaling it through her body language for the last 20 minutes. And those signals aren't subtle or hidden. They're happening right in front of you, often within arm's reach. But most men are too focused on what they're going to say next. They're so busy trying to impress her with words that they completely ignore the conversation her body is having with them in real time. And the most telling signals? They come from her hands, not her eyes, not her smile, her hands. Because hands are the one part of the body people rarely control consciously. Your face can fake a polite expression. Your voice can mimic enthusiasm. But your hands reveal what's really going on underneath every single time. You can train yourself to hold eye contact. You can force confident posture. But your hands operate differently. They're tied to the oldest parts of the brain, the parts that react before conscious thought even kicks in. That's why they're so reliable. That's why they reveal so much. And that's why understanding them gives you a powerful advantage when it comes to reading attraction. Today, I'm going to break down 8 hand gestures that reveal when a woman is attracted to you. 8 physical signals that most men completely overlook. And fair warning, once you learn this, you won't be able to unsee it. You'll start noticing these signals everywhere, at cafes, at work, on dates. And with that awareness comes pressure, because now you'll know exactly when she's chosen you. The only question is, will you act on it? By the end of this, you'll know which gestures signal interest, which ones mean escalate, and which ones mean you've already missed your opportunity. Stay with me through all of them, because the 8th signal is the most important. It's the one that separates men who act on attraction from those who go home wondering what went wrong. Before we start, where are you watching from? Drop your location in the comments. I always like to know where you're tuning in from. All right, let's get into the 8 signals. Signal 1, the descending hair touch. Let's begin with something almost every woman does without realizing it. When a woman is attracted to you, her hand often moves toward her hair. But here's the detail most people miss. It's not just any hair touch. There's a specific version that signals real attraction. She'll reach up, touch her hair near her face or behind her ear, and then slowly let her hand slide down toward her neck or collarbone. That downward motion is the key. A woman who's just fixing her hair will adjust it quickly and move on. A woman who's attracted will let her hand linger and slow the movement intentionally. She's subconsciously drawing your attention to her neck, one of the most vulnerable areas of the body. In psychology, exposing the neck is a primal signal of trust. She's essentially telling your subconscious, I feel safe with you. I'm open to what could happen here. Dr. Monica Moore from Webster University spent over 2,000 hours observing women in social settings, and she found that this hair touch combined with neck exposure was one of the top 3 most reliable signs of attraction. So if you're sitting across from her and her hand keeps drifting from her hair down to her neck, that's not just nervous energy. That's an invitation. And if you ignore it, if you keep talking about work or random topics without responding to that shift, she'll assume you're not picking up on it and start pulling back emotionally. That window doesn't stay open forever. It closes quietly. Signal 2, object displacement. This one is subtle, and most men don't notice it at all. When a woman starts running her fingers along an object, the stem of a glass, the rim of a cup, the edge of a menu, or even the strap of her bag. She's engaging in what psychologists call tactile displacement. She wants to touch you, but the situation doesn't allow it yet, so her hands redirect that impulse to the nearest object. Think about that. Her body is so drawn to you that it needs to touch something just to release the tension. Research from the University of Manchester found that these behaviors increase by over 60% when someone is around a person they're attracted to. Her fingers slowly tracing patterns on her glass isn't boredom. It's contained desire. And most men completely miss this. They assume she's just fidgeting. She's not. She's managing attraction she can't directly express yet. Signal 3. Initiating arm contact. When a woman intentionally touches your arm during a conversation, she's crossed an important line. Physical touch is one of the most deliberate signals she can give because it requires stepping beyond personal boundaries. Women don't casually touch men they're not attracted to. If she places her hand on your forearm while laughing, that's not accidental. If she taps your shoulder to emphasize something, that's not just expressive, it's intentional. She's testing how you respond. Do you lean in? Do you pull away? Do you reciprocate? A study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin showed that light touch during conversation increased perceived attractiveness by nearly 40% both ways. So when she touches you, she's not just showing interest, she's also increasing attraction. If she touches you once, she's interested. Twice, she's very interested. 3 times, and you still don't respond. She'll start wondering if you're even aware, and once that doubt kicks in, the attraction begins to fade. Signal 4. Open palms. This one often goes unnoticed, but it's incredibly revealing. When a woman shows her open palms while talking, whether she's gesturing, resting her hands on the table, or offering something palm up, she's signaling openness and trust. Closed hands or hidden palms suggest guarded energy. Open palms communicate, I'm receptive, I'm comfortable with you. This goes back to early human behavior, where showing open hands meant no threat. It's deeply wired into us. Most women do this unconsciously. She's not thinking about it. Her body is simply responding to how she feels about you. Signal 5. Finger grazing. Now we're getting into more obvious territory. If she finds a reason to touch your hand, comparing hand sizes, reading your palm, or brushing her fingers against yours, she's made a clear decision. Hands are extremely sensitive, packed with nerve endings. When your fingers touch, both of you feel it. This is where many men mess up. Instead of holding the moment, they pull away too quickly, and just like that, the connection disappears. If she touches your hand, don't rush. Let it linger for a moment. That calm confidence shows her you're comfortable with closeness, and that's often what seals the deal. Signal 6. Wrist exposure. The inner wrist is another vulnerable area. When a woman exposes it, resting her wrists upward, adjusting jewelry or positioning them toward you, she's signaling trust. This comes from deep instinct. Showing vulnerable areas means she feels safe. Experts in nonverbal communication like Dr. David Givens have linked wrist exposure to romantic interest. It's not something easily faked. It comes naturally when she's comfortable. Signal 7. Mirrored touch. This one shows not just attraction but readiness to move forward. If you lightly touch her and she mirrors that touch, she's not just accepting it, she's encouraging it. You touch her arm, she touches yours back. You brush her shoulder, she leans into it. This mirroring is her way of saying, yes, continue. Signal 8. Sustained hand placement. This is the strongest signal of all. When she places her hand on you and keeps it there, on your arm, your back, your knee, she's no longer testing. She's making a statement. Brief touch can be accidental. Sustained contact is intentional. She's showing comfort, trust, and a clear desire to connect. This is the moment where she's saying, do something. And here's what ties everything together. These signals don't last forever. She'll send one, then another, maybe a few more. If there's no response, she'll pull them back. And once they're gone, they're gone. You've probably seen it happen. She starts engaged, open, expressive. Then suddenly she pulls back, hands in her lap, body turned away, attention on her phone. The energy didn't just change randomly, It changed because she gave signals that weren't recognized. These moments have a window. Respond with warmth and confidence, and it stays open. Wait too long, and it closes quietly. And that quiet close? You won't even notice until it's too late. Now you know the signs: the hair touch, object tracing, arm contact, open palms, finger grazing, wrist exposure, mirrored touch, and sustained contact. Each one is her way of saying without words, "I've chosen you." Your response shouldn't be words either. It should be action. A returned touch. A confident step forward that says, "I see you." If you made it this far, drop a comment saying, "I watched till the end." I want to see who's really paying attention. And subscribe if you haven't already. Every day I break down communication patterns most men never learn so you can actually understand how attraction works. One last thing. The eighth signal, sustained contact, is what separates uncertainty from certainty. It's the moment where the decision has already been made. All that's left is for you to recognize it and act. All right, go apply this. I'll see you in the next one.